Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. It is a school that provides training for special education students in character education, independent living, and vocational skills to last a lifetime. On this episode of the Supercast, we take you to the South Valley School, where we meet an amazing young man who is about to graduate. A student named Jonathon, who is making his way in life thanks in part to skills he learned at South Valley. Jonathon's positive attitude is contagious, and to be in his company is a real treat. Here is Jonathon's heartwarming story. We're at South Valley School, and I'm finally getting the chance to talk with Jonathon. How are you today?
I'm doing quite good. How are you?
I'm good. Jonathon is about to finish up his time here, and you and I met back at a meeting early in the year with all of our student body officers from our various high schools.
Across the Jordan district.
Exactly.
At the Capitol.
I feel like we hit it off right away. Do you agree?
I can say the same.
Okay. And you're a great conversationalist, and as we were up at the Capitol, when we had speakers come in, nobody listened more intently or had better questions than you. You really seem to connect with the people that you talk with. Why do you think that is?
Because I want to have a better understanding of what's going on around me. I like to know what's going on here, what the plans are, why things are this certain way. I like to have a better understanding of things, because then I can have better knowledge of what's what.
I really like that. And one of my slogans for the district, I've asked all employees to be curious. And you live that.
Yes, I do.
So, tell me, what are some of the things that interest you, Jonathon?
Well, one of the things that interests me is the opportunities.
Okay.
And the education that we give to all of the students.
Tell me some of the things that you've learned here at South Valley.
Friendship.
Friendship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I talk with people from South Valley, that's what they talk about a lot, the relationships and friendships that they create. What are some of the friendships you've been able to enjoy here?
Well, one of the things that I enjoy a lot is how nice and kind everyone is in this school. They help out with whatever you may need to help transition into the adulthood of life.
Can you think of some times that's happened for you here?
One of the things that I have personally learned in this school is to be open with people and to share some thoughts, some ideas, and to also not only open my ideas, but listen to other people's ideas and opinions.
Well, like I said, you're very good at that, and I'm impressed. And you've opened up to me. We were talking a little bit about your work. Tell everyone about the work that you do.
I'm a courtesy clerk at a grocery store called Harmon's, and it's close by my house. And I help bag up groceries for the customers.
Now, when you say the phrase courtesy clerk, it really takes me back. Because back in the 1900s, I was a courtesy clerk.
Really?
I was a courtesy clerk in high school. It's so funny to me that they're still called courtesy clerks. They used to call us baggers. Does anyone ever call you a bagger?
Well, that's what it used to be before I applied for the job as well. Like a month or so ago, before I even applied, though, they were still calling us baggers. But they recently changed it to courtesy clerk because we do more than just bag up groceries.
That is true.
I also, if the customer wants ice for any size, I go over and get the ice for them.
Sure.
If they want a car side lift, well, I help put the groceries in the vehicle for them. I do that as well. So there's a little more than just bagging groceries for the customers and putting it in carts for them.
What do you like about being a courtesy clerk?
What I love is how I can meet some new faces, and it's overall just small talk too as well.
Yeah.
My managers have told me just to do some small talk, just see how their day is going and everything, and I'll go over, and as they're coming up paying for their stuff, I'll say, hey, how you doing? How was your day? That's pretty much it. Just little small talk.
Yeah, it's interesting. I read a book a long time ago that talked about the importance of small talk. Small talk actually helps us find things that we have in common. Mm-hmm. Talking about the weather, talking about things you might be bagging up, and you say, hey, I like this too. It makes a connection, and like I said, you're very good at making those connections.
I've even just flat out joked before where I would see them getting a vanilla Coke or white cheddar Cheetos, and I'll jokingly say, hey, that's my item.
Because it's something that you like.
Yeah.
You and I have had very similar experiences as courtesy clerks. So your time at South Valley School is coming to a close. This is your final year.
Yes, it is. I'm going to be graduating when the school year ends. That's going to officially be it for me.
So what's next for you?
Well, what's next for me is I'm going to work on getting my driver's license, because once I get my license, then I'll have the freedom to go pretty much wherever I want. Also another thing I'm going to be working on is completing my GED.
Great. I love that. 2 great goals. Mm-hmm. Are you going to continue to work at Harmon's?
Probably for a long time. At least another 5 to 6 years.
Good. It's good. I love being at a grocery store. Everybody comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me which Harmon's you work at.
It's the one in Cougar.
Oh, the Cougar Lane, the Kearns one, kind of close to, just north of the airport.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, people can get lots of courtesy from the best courtesy clerk around stopping by in Kearns.
They sure can. They noticed right away within 2 months that I was a good worker because I'm fast and efficient.
And you connect to people.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have all 3.
You do.
Now, I like to talk to graduates about advice. What advice do you have for people?
To never stop believing in their dreams.
Good.
That life can be challenging at times, but I feel that's the whole point of it. And all my years, and especially coming here to the specific school, that there's always obstacles everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's like that song from Miley Cyrus, there's always another mountain, and she talked about how sometimes you just have to accept defeat. But what's most important is getting back up on that horse.
It's very inspiring, Jonathon.
And all of the motivations that I've heard over the years when I felt down, one of the things is short but simple that says you can either get up or give up.
Getting up makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's very touching. That really rings true for me, Jonathon.
And I hope it'll ring true for others too in this school.
Yeah, I think it will. You really embody that. You're a very positive person.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage to stay positive all the time, like you do? We all get down. How do you stay so positive?
I just go with the flow of things. One of the things I've learned, and especially in this classroom right here, is just to go with the flow. If you mess up, it sucks. Own it, but just keep moving on.
It's going to be a lot easier for me to go through my week if I keep that attitude in mind. That's really smart.
Well, it's just part of nature as well. If a horse is all wild and galloping and stuff, there's just no way you can hang on.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. You can't hang on, and sometimes that's life, and sometimes that's you. But regardless what choice it is, it's not a matter of how many times you fall. It's a matter of whether or not you choose to get back up or not.
You get back up on that horse, but I also like what you said. You can't tame every horse.
No, you can't.
So some of those you have to just walk away from.
Some things you just have to just accept.
Accept the way it is.
Sometimes every win's not a win.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lose is just a lose, and it may hurt, it may suck, but I feel like that's the whole point of it.
Well, I sure appreciate your wisdom today, Jonathon. You're quite an individual. You're very well-rounded in your thinking. You think about other people. You think about yourself.
I always have empathy for others.
Yeah, you really do. So I've been impressed with you from the start, and that just deepens the more I get to know you. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You're quite miraculous. You're quite a guy. Sorry, I'm only crying, Jonathan, because I think you're pretty remarkable.
Oh no, it's all good,
it's
man.
Just, I think you're quite a guy. I think you're quite a guy.
Yeah. I'm holding back myself too, believe me.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You know, you're leaving South Valley School. Tell me about a time that others have helped you when you've been here.
There was one of the people that have helped me was my old teacher Bob. And what I liked about Bob was that he's not only a great teacher, but he helps guide us into independent life, just like with this class right here.
Yeah.
But with this class, it takes it a step up. And one of the things he always told me was to just, keep going, just keep moving. I used to, since I'm part of, DSPD, I'm still special needs and everything, I would have, a little bit of time ago, I would have this one-on-one thing where a staff person from a community organization or whatever would come over and would help me out with whatever one may need. So one of those people that first came was named Michael. And at first, I was very introverted. I just wanted to stay in my room all day. I didn't want to do anything. But eventually, he got me, slowly but surely, he got me to come out of the house. And we ended up doing things together. And we were having, fun and all. And I still hang out with him from time to time to this day. And
it's hard for me to imagine you being introverted, Jonathan.
I think it's hard for anyone to believe that I'm introvert because I'm so better now at being sociable compared to I was a couple years ago, per se. Even the first year starting in the school, I probably wouldn't be anywhere as good socially compared to where I am now.
Well, I think that's a great lesson that we can change, that we can improve, that we can grow. Because so many times we tell ourselves things about ourselves that keep us from that type of growth that you just described. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm this type of person. I'm not that type of person.
I've honestly compared myself way too much in life.
Yeah.
I've looked at myself unharshly and harshly at times.
I know you have a lot of great things in your future, and I really look forward to seeing you at Harmon's now that I know where to find you. I'm really glad to know there's going to be a way for us to stay connected.
Mm-hmm. Just be sure not to bug me and disturb me from all my work.
Now, I'll tell you, Jonathan, I promise to buy things and then go through your line to make sure that we're connected without distracting from your professionalism.
But hey, if things get a little too much, like especially around the holiday season, it's all good.
Tell me your parting thoughts about South Valley School.
One of the things I love is the whole opportunities we give to all of our students overall. We help educate them in whatever level they may be in. It could be a physical disability where they may be in a wheelchair. It could be a mental or psychological disability. One of the things I personally have is that I have a learning disability, which means that I need a lot more learning on something, especially if it's something new, compared to the average person.
What I like, though, is that you give yourself the time, and it doesn't make you less curious or less engaged. You just know what you need to do in order to learn what you want to learn.
In fact, that's what made me who I am today, that specific thing, in fact, because since I had to look at something a lot more closer, I had to really make sure I'm getting what I'm getting. And that's why I'm generally a deep thinker and deep questioner as a whole. And by having extra push, extra juice into looking at a specific thing or topic or whatever it may be, made me the one of who I am today.
Well, the result is quite remarkable. I know you have a lot of growth and great opportunities ahead of you as well. It's been an absolute delight talking with you and getting to know you, and I am thrilled that I know exactly where to shop to stay connected. And Jonathon, I think you're quite a guy.
I can say the same to you.
Stay with us. When we come back, we're joined by Jonathon's mom and some staff at South Valley School.
Do you simply love learning online? We can't wait to have you join the amazing teachers in our brand new Jordan Virtual Learning Academy. In Jordan Virtual Learning Academy schools, we offer innovative, fun, and flexible online learning with daily real-time instruction from teachers. Enrollment is currently open for all K-12 students in Utah. Start on the path to personalized virtual learning success now at connect.jordandistrict.org. That's connect.jordandistrict.org.
We're here with Rita Bullion, the principal at South Valley School, and Cody Flores, a teacher, Jonathon's teacher. Tell us a little bit about South Valley School and about the class.
So at South Valley, we have students ages 18 to 22, and our job really is to prepare them to be great citizens in their community. So we work with them on getting jobs, learning UTA, learning to be independent to a different level than they've ever been given the opportunity before.
And Cody, tell me about the class and about Jonathon in the class.
Our class, like Rita said, is to prepare the students for life after the school is over. I mean, they've gone to school for all these years. There's a life out there that they're ready to get to. And this class is preparing them to get jobs, to learn how to use the public transportation, to be better community members. That is our goal for all of our students.
And is there a sense of urgency for students who are turning 22, they're about to graduate, and maybe they connect a little bit more with the content of the class because they think, hey, this is coming fast, and I better make sure that I'm ready?
I feel that they do. And especially in this classroom, it's kind of, like Jonathon said, a little bit of a step up for him, even. We hold them accountable. We treat them as adults, and we really focus on what they can do, and letting them fail is part of that. We can't always do everything right, and we learn from all of our mistakes every single time.
This is really a remarkable school, and the progress that students make when they come here is really amazing. Angela, you're Jonathon's mom. Tell us about Jonathon.
Where do you want me to start?
There's a lot to cover.
Yes. Well, to give you a brief background, because I'm just really proud of how far he has come. South Valley has really been a big part of that. But Jonathon's a twin, and they were both born 4 months early, and so they were extremely behind. Developmental disability disorder is what they were diagnosed with. So what that meant was Jonathon has come a long ways. So just to give you a good idea, in the first grade, he was still wearing pull-ups. He was drinking out of a sippy cup, and he wasn't eating food, and he didn't give eye contact. And so that's severe in and of itself at that age. And then he went from there to here over the years, from having a lot of guidance from family and great support, people in the community. But it really is Jonathon, just always, pushing. The song that he brought up about the mountain, a lot of times I thought of that as kind of an analogy, because I felt like as soon as I'd push them a bit, and as soon as the twins, especially, John specifically, because we're talking about him, but as he would get to a certain top of the mountain, a certain scale, there'd be another one right there behind him. I was constantly pushing him, and he didn't always like it, but he's always taken the bull by the horns and just keeps going. So
well, the combination of your pushing and his determination, it's incredible the progress that Jonathon's made, and he's quite something.
Yeah, I have 3 disabled children, and they're all amazing that way. And I can't say that I'm perfect at knowing when to pull back and when to push forward. I've been blessed that I am able to do that, but I believe that it's because of them that I'm able to do that. They let me know. You know, like when you're growing up back in our generation, parents would say, because I told you so, or you can't eat in the living room, you know, all these great things. And you think when you're a kid that when you grow up you're going to say that to your children.
Right.
Well, it wasn't the case. My kids keep me very accountable.
Yeah.
And you learn that you have to lead by example, especially individuals who are a bit challenged. It's not, you know, you kind of have to walk the walk right along with them. Jonathon, though, what's amazing about him specifically is that I don't even have to really do that. He does it himself. His goals for being student body officer was from the first year he was here. He knew he wanted to work at Harmon's 4 years ago, and he would let people know that those are his goals. So sometimes people feel like they need to push him to help him get to those goals.
Yeah.
But he's pushed himself. So he'll like take a step out and then, oh, this is too scary, I'm going to go back in, and then he'll step out. So Jonathon is like always been really good about determining when he can do something and when he can't. He has role models to look towards in his brothers, what he likes and what he doesn't like, and he determines his own path. He is very introverted. That's one thing that not too many people know about him.
Yeah, sure.
He still is, but he's, I think coming here has really got him out of his shell because it's forced him to really be sociable. You know, not just work hard academically or on his skills, but
right.
And he's starting to enjoy himself. This last year has been huge because he's, instead of like, I need to be sociable because this is what I'm trying to work on, it's been, I'm just having a good time. I'm really enjoying. And when he said friendship, that actually is how I see it too, is that friendship's been like the biggest thing that he's really learned and come across this year. So,
well, congratulations on raising an incredible son.
Thank you. I don't know if I have any credit for that.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Supercast. Remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.